what's been on my mind. Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city light. Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far.
Hey guys, it's Thursday, it's noon, and I've not filmed, I think, since last Thursday or Friday, so I thought I'd hop on here and give you guys a life update real quick. I think I'm actually going to sit down first, though, because my foot is killing me. Okay, so, a couple months ago, in April, I hurt my foot, or March, I don't remember for sure. We were in the middle of moving, things were chaotic. I was still very much, and still am very much, grieving the loss of James's dad because we were so close. And there was just a lot going on. And the one day I was carrying some stuff we had missed out of my room to put into another box to bring over here. And there was a mattress leaned against the wall. I didn't see it, and I tripped over the edge of it, and I hurt my foot. Well, I ended up spending a day at home just doing nothing because I was in so much pain. And then the next day I was like, okay, you know, I got to get over it. I got to get moved. Ain't nobody got time for me to be hurt. James is recovering from surgery. Couldn't barely do anything to help us move. You know, I was just like, you know, I got to get over it and get this done. And so since then, every time I'm active, I've been fine. But when I stop moving, I'm miserable. So I just try to go all day, which as a whole, that's my normal every day. I just try to go all day. I do not like being inactive. And so as it's progressed over the last few months, I've noticed the more that anytime I stop, the more pain I'm in. But I just kept putting it off. And then last week, I had a night where I could barely sleep all night. It hurt so bad. And like every time I'd move my foot in my sleep, I was in pain. And then the next night, it hurt so bad. I elevated my foot in the recliner. I put an ice pack on my foot. I wrapped a towel around it so the ice pack wouldn't come loose if I fell asleep. And I laid there in the recliner, and I was up almost all night in pain. The next day, I tried to get into urgent care. They couldn't see me until that evening, like the last visit of the day. And so I ended up just going over to the little tiny ER by us and getting seen there. And because I thought, well, if there's something wrong and they want me to get anything done, like I need to do something sooner in the day. And so I went over there. They said, which I already have plantar fasciitis anyway, and so that's like why I'm pretty cheap about most things I wear and things, but when it comes to shoes, I've learned that I have to have good shoes. And so I'm very specific about my shoes. But anyways, I tore the tendon, the plantar fasciitis, or however you say it, the tendon under my foot. And they said it wasn't a big tear. It was just a small tear, but it was enough of a tear to be extremely painful. And so they told me I needed to order a brace online. My insurance wouldn't cover it anyway. It was like $40-something cheaper to get it online than at the pharmacy. And then they also told me I needed to get this like sleeve things that go over my feet just for everyday activity. And then I also needed recovery shoes to wear around my house because they said as long as I'm on this wood and tile flooring, it's not going to get any better. So being that financially we can't push it too much, I was like, well, great, because James got released to go back to work, but that's been a whole mess because this whole time his boss has been calling him and asking him, you know, when are you going to come to work? When are you going to come to work? And then James got cleared to go to work, and he asked his boss, you know, hey, you ready for me? And his boss was like, oh, your truck's down, or the extra truck's down. And James had said, well, you know, what about the truck I've been driving for a few years now? And he said, oh, I hired somebody and I gave it to them, but you can drive this one as soon as we get it fixed. Well, then his boss came back and said it's $8,000 to fix it. I don't have that kind of money right now. And so he's had James running loads as like on the weekend when everybody's off, or as people need a day off. And so he's not hardly getting any work, and he hasn't even been paid yet. And his boss informed him, because he'd asked him, you know, I worked last week, I did like 2 or 3 days of hauling hay, I took a load to Kansas, and I took a load back from Kansas that was supposed to go somewhere else. You know, am I getting paid? Because everybody else gets paid at the end of the week. He pays the same week as they work. And he was like, well, I honestly don't have the money right now, and it'll probably be a week or two before I can get to you. And so obviously it's not a good situation, and his boss is having money trouble, and we don't know if he's actually going to get paid. So yeah, but he's been doing applications. I helped him to update his resume, because he hasn't, you know, he's had the same job for a few years, so update it. And he did some applications online. He did like an over the phone interview, and he may have a job. We're waiting to find out today. We're praying really hard he gets this job. And yeah, but financially I can't afford to spend the money on the things that I need, because we also need groceries, and we need gas in the cars, and we need food for the animals, and you know, we need household items. And so obviously as a mother, I'm just like, well, I'll just hold off. I'll make sure everybody has what they need, and then I'll worry about it. But my friend Micah actually ordered me the brace for when I'm immobile, like when I'm sitting on the couch or when I'm sleeping, and it has helped tremendously. I still need to order the sleeve type things that I'm supposed to have when I walk around, and I need to order the recovery shoes, but I just can't right now. So hopefully James gets working soon and gets a paycheck soon, and hopefully his boss does pay him for the work he did. And then yeah, but we are also trying to sell a lawnmower and a trailer, because we currently have 3 zero-turn mowers, because his dad had mowers, we had a mower, and then we have extra trailers now, and just like we have lots of doubles and triples of things. And so we're trying to sell a zero-turn mower and a trailer, and hopefully that will help to get us by and get the things that I need for my foot. But just having that immobility brace has helped me a ton, pain-wise, and I can actually put my foot flat on the ground now, so that's saying something. But all of that to say, I have been on the couch all week, and I have not done anything, so I haven't filmed anything, and I've been pretty grumpy, so I cannot stand sitting still, and so it makes me grouchy when I have to not do things, and I've definitely been grouchy this week. But yesterday I got up and I swept and I wiped counters, and I started donut dough with, well, I supervised Mika starting donut dough in the bread machine, and she made donuts for dessert last night. Other than that, I have been telling the kids, eat whatever for breakfast, eat leftovers for lunch, and then I get up and I make dinner, and that's like my big hurrah of the day, because it takes everything out of me pain-wise just to do that. Yesterday I had to run with James to town for something, and it wasn't an option that I not go, and so I went with him to town, and then we came back. I helped her with the donuts, and then I turned around and I made dinner when she got the donut dough rising. And just standing there that long and going with him to town and walking in a parking lot, I was miserable last night when I went to bed, and when I got up this morning I was like, oh man, my foot hurts. But it's kind of loosened up and it hurts less right now. So I am trying to get little things done right now and not push myself too much. I did get pizza dough in my bread machine, because I'm going to make the kids a pizza for lunch. Ow, I just hit my elbow. I have my elbow on the table. I have pizza dough in the bread machine because I'm going to make pizzas for lunch. I'm making biscuits and gravy and sausage biscuits for dinner. The kids are currently outside finishing the chicken pan. I think we're going to have it done today. We have had so much trouble with the chickens since we moved here. We lost 40-something chickens to raccoons. There was a hole in the wire, and CJ fixed that. and then they put a hole in the roof because it wasn't like tin, it was like the greenhouse type of roofing, and they busted a hole in it. It was kind of weak, I think, and there must have already been a small hole there, but they put a big hole in it, and they went in and killed 40 something chickens overnight. Before that, they went through the wire and killed 3 or 4, and then we only had 4 left or 5 left, and they put a whole new roof on it. They went through, made sure there was no loose wire, like everything was great. Put a chicken in there for the night as kind of a test, as it were. We actually put a live trap in there for like 4 days with tuna in there, and we didn't catch anything, so we were like, okay, maybe we're clear and no more raccoons are going to break in. So then we put a rooster in there. The next day there was a hole under the chicken pen, and the rooster was dead in the chicken pen. So we have just been fighting the raccoon issue. They ate all the peaches off my peach tree. They were throwing apples off the apple tree and with holes, like just bite marks in them. They've eaten every cantaloupe in my garden nearly. They've been eating my bell peppers. They're just tormenting us. James's dad thought that the raccoons were starving when he lived here. He thought they were underweight. So he put out a 9x13 cake pan of cat food every night for them. And so they just kind of think that they can just take and do as they please out here. And so anyways, all of that to say, what we ended up doing was rototilling around the chicken pen so that it would loosen the soil, and then digging about 2 foot deep around the outside of the chicken pen, and then they put wire along it like that, and then they put rock up against it. Now they're filling it in with big giant rocks, and then they're going to fill that over with dirt, and hopefully that means nothing will be able to dig under, hopefully, and then we can put our chicks in it because they're getting way too big for the pens they're in right now. But the kids are finishing that. They think they're going to be done today. We have not done school all week. Kids have been taking turns learning different cooking projects and things I've been teaching them. I have one kid who's been helping feed my sourdough every day, so I don't have to keep getting up and doing it. I have one that's been doing a lot of baking. I have one that's been helping with breakfast, one that's been helping with lunch, one that's been helping with dinner, one that's been doing all the laundry for me so I can sit and fold it. And they've worked on the chicken pen every day. And then, of course, taking care of all the animals and stuff like that. So as far as school, it has been a life skills kind of week. But the other day when I got back from the ER, I was hurting so bad. I could not talk myself into emptying their binders and getting their work ready. And I knew the chicken pen needed done, so I told James that this week we'll just focus on getting the chicken pen done, and during the hot parts of the day, we'll watch some educational movies and maybe just some fun movies and do things inside, cooking projects, things like that, canning. And during the cool parts of the day, they can work on the chicken pen. And so we were in agreement on that, and that has been school this week. But I have pizza dough going. It has about 30 minutes left on it, and I have the kids' school binders. Okay, baby. I just emptied the school binders, and I'm going to get them ready for next week while I sit here, and I'm going to try not to overdo it today. Do you want to say?
We can go swimming. Now we're done.
Yeah. Oh, is it hot?
Yes, I'm sweaty.
Oh,
Feel my
no.
sweat.
Ew. Why are kids disgusting? Why? Kids are disgusting. Anyways, yeah, so I am getting ready to work on their binders. I'm actually going to see which big kid comes in and have them move something for me so I can work on it. Here's the finished pizza dough. I'm going to spread this between 2 pans and make up 2 pizzas for everybody. One will be pepperoni and one will be cheese. I have been working for several hours. I got the kids' school binders ready for next week, and then I cleaned and organized the fridge. I also did the bottom freezer, cleaned out the vegetable bins, did the big deep freeze, and loaded the dishwasher. So now I'm going to get dinner going. I just put some frozen biscuits in the oven to make some biscuits and gravy. I'm going to go ahead and get the sausage gravy going. I took this out last night to thaw. It's just some blue and gold sausage, and that's what we're going to use for our sausage gravy. I didn't film dinner, but I made up some scrambled eggs. I made 2 pans of biscuits, and then I made up some sausage gravy, some sausage patties in case anybody wants a sausage biscuit, some turkey sausage links, and we have pears. And this is our breakfast for dinner tonight. We're going to eat this and then take care of animals, pick up the living room, and have a movie night. Thank you for coming along with us today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment if you want to chat, and I'll see you next time with another new video. Bye.